Dark Skies, Cyberpunk's series of stories. This is Series 3, starting with Session 0 entitled From Scratch. The group has had a wild grouping of adventures in the month of October 2045. They are just coming off the heels of a pretty big gig that dealt with infiltrating Zetatech and ultimately destroying a data term server that was extracting information from Network News 54, and keeping it. That said, the day after, everyone kind of spends some time down, with the exception of Odette, who gets into some pretty crazy shit. That was our Friday one-off. The very next day after that, everyone's kind of well rested, recovered a bit. Those of you who did take any wounds during the Zetatech mission, you would have had some time to get into recovery, and should be good to go for the day. Because I don't think anyone was actually seriously injured or suffered a actual critical injury. That said, I think it's Thursday in game. What are you starting the day off doing? I know Calvin wouldn't be at Odette's, and neither would Crystal. Calvin would have gone back to home out in the Badlands for the day. He's probably heading back into the city for looking for work. Crystal did a bit of couch hopping. Anywhere in particular, Elizabeth, where Crystal would have stayed, besides hanging out with Anika?
Nah, probably just chilling with Anika, maybe girls' day sort of thing.
Okay, it's the middle of the week for her, so she's doing a lot of crying. She is very affected by the fact that she found out a person she had become intimate with happened to be in a marriage, unbeknownst to her. And now she's trying to think of ways that she could contact Zigzag and possibly have either the husband killed or both of them killed. She's not sure which, because she's in kind of a state, to be sure.
Yeah,
So
don't blame her.
she gives you the couch for a shoulder. Fair trade. And then, Carbon. Anything in particular that you would have been doing during your day off?
No, nothing really in particular.
Okay. Just smashing combos and being
Yeah,
cool.
pretty much.
Alright, sounds great. Somewhere around mid-morning, there is a phone call on Anika's office phone. She has her receptionist pick it up, and you can hear him kind of sounds like he's kind of backfooting in the conversation, like he's being yelled at. He then comes into the room that you and Anika are in and says, "Hey, what is happening?" There was music. What? What was that?
What is going on with my camera here?
Yeah.
That's what he says.
You're like having a rave, and then like somebody.
I'm not having a rave.
Or the cops are coming. I don't know.
Let me try to disable the camera real quick.
Okay. I know I'm gonna have to manipulate. 1 second.
Nope, still raving.
Might be something coming from the light. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So you hear what appears to be now audio issues. It's Mike.
I can't mute him.
I can.
There you go.
Okay, great. So, like I was saying before, the cops, the raves, and the apparent smashing of my eardrums, which would probably happen at a rave, I suppose. receptionist comes in, and he looks like he's kind of, scared. And he says to Anika, "Yeah, yeah, it's him. He he needs your help." And Anika kind of like just rushes into the front room. You hear her get on the phone. She sounds very apologetic. Talks for a little while, and then hangs up the phone. Comes back in, looks at you, Crystal, and says, "I know we're even Stevens on the couch and shoulders and such, but I need you to do me a favor if you can. Got a pretty big deal going on, pretty serious business."
What you need?
Yeah. So I'm pretty good friends with the mayor, and his son is gone missing. Apparently, when he was in South Night City, and I think I need to gather some information, but that might be a couple calls. What the
Shit.
heck is happening? I'm falling apart. It's a great day. It's great. I just looked down at I just checked my audio levels and stuff just to make sure I hadn't this has all been silent or something. Just thinking, okay, it's been great.
This is status quo for Tuesday.
Oh man. Okay. She says, I think I can find some connections, see what might have happened to him, but yeah, we're gonna need to find him quick. Hopefully, it's not anything too serious, but I'm gonna need you to see if you can't muster up your friends. You're gonna need a techie for sure. Maybe a cop. She kind of shrugs. Let me do some calling around. Gather who you can, and I'll get back to you here. She rushes back into the front room. Her and the receptionist start yelling at each other. It sounds like they're kind of arguing over the details and who to contact. And again, the receptionist ends up on the back foot in this. But Anika definitely sounds like she's switched from, girl you can hang out with to like,
Boss mode.
yeah, she is professional. And after about 30 minutes or so, she comes back in and tosses you a data shard, and then kind of stops and goes, "Oh, right, never mind." She walks over to her desk, pulls out a laptop, sets it on the table, slides the data shard into it, opens it up. But then she kind of goes, "Wait, no, you would have had them installed, wouldn't you?" And she kind of points to your neck. Huh. A lot's changed in the last couple days. She pulls the shard and hands it to you. If you slot the shard in, you would see that based on what information she's been able to gather, the individual in question, young Devin Smith, was last seen in South Night City, near the mega building, near the southwestern coast of this portion of the city. And apparently fell in with some individuals at a brothel slash strip bar known as Blue Ecstasy. That's the last place that they've got any information on him. She says, "Yeah, that's what I got. I'm pretty sure that if I know..." Let me phrase this as sensitively as I can. I'm pretty sure if the people I think who have him, you're going to need some professional assistance regarding this, especially in the cleanup process. I know a guy. Let me flip you his deets." And she, using her internal agent, sends to your phone a contact known as Stryker. He should be able to do some cleanup regarding what's present. Yeah, and your friend Odette might be helpful in this too. I've got only 2 requirements. Number 1, NCPD cannot be involved. Number 2, trauma cannot be involved. Understood? Keep it off the grid.
Really.
Good deal. And no slip-ups. And she
Do my
kind of
best.
she kind of makes a snapping gesture, which has become shorthand for your incident. She nods.
Yes, ma'am.
If I get any new information regarding what and where he's been, I'll send them to you immediately through your agent. But yeah, muster him up. Move quick. This is a pretty big deal. I don't know what the pay is going to be looking like, so you're doing this blind. But I won't. I'll make sure you're taken care of.
I'll
Okay.
see if everyone's available and head to the south side.
Sounds good. Who do you call first?
Probably Carbon.
Okay.
And then
Before you get into that call, because I do want the transactions to happen, Calvin, you're heading back into the city. Is there anybody you want to call while you're heading in, or are you just heading in kind of like blind? You'll meet up with them if you meet up with them. Otherwise, you're still just looking for work. Regarding the Gibsons, there isn't really much in the way of work, and from what you've been told, they're currently on the watch out for a group known as the Wraiths, which are another nomad gang, much larger than yours, kind of large, like Aldecado large, who are kind of a problem for smaller nomad groups out in the Badlands. But they're basically kind of in like a low profile mode right now. The Gibsons,
Okay.
I mean, they're kind of laying low.
They're the Bloods, and we're not even the Crips.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're like the I'm trying to think of a joke gang name. Like
No, any one of the gangs from the Warriors.
you're the mystery team. Like
Oh god!
The mystery. If you turn on push to talk.
Oh man. Gosh, Gibsons, we gotta get out of this one.
hilarious. But yeah, as you're heading into the city, the thing I wanted to mention, if you're not calling anybody, is on the outside, near where the 101 kind of connects with the one into Night City, basically that outside stretch near where the Beavervilles and stuff are located, kind of like the guarded drive-through direct into Night City from the east. It's bumper to bumper. And it shouldn't be. It's like 10 or 11. Everyone should be out of the way. But it's bumper to bumper traffic. As you're sitting there in your vehicle, there's a couple of options. You could off-road it. You could, text someone to, see what they're up to, and just kind of mill about in your car, being a good, upstanding citizen. You could try and see if you can't look on the local nets to see if there's any information as to what's going on ahead. You could do one of those kind of peek arounds to see if you can see something up ahead. What would you like to do? Anything?
Well, I think the first natural instinct is to kind of lean the truck over
Yep.
and sort of peek out and be like, "What is even happening?"
Okay, so you see what looks.
I can auto, right?
Yeah. You see what looks like about 3 AV4s, which are kind of hovering at low velocity, probably about 30 feet off ground. It looks like there are a number of ropes that have been descended from them. This is probably about 400 feet out, so a ways ahead. And it looks like there is a number of vehicles that have kind of been discarded or flipped over around that area.
Would I be able to get a picture of that with my agent?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'd snap that and be like, "The traffic out here is ass," and I just send it to everybody in the group.
Okay. You immediately get a text back from, it looks like a bot, and it says, "Hi, we saw your photograph on name of media site. Would you like to make some money and sell us rights to this photograph?"
No. Frick off.
Yeah, it's like a press Y for yes and an N for no, and so you type
I've been
out
through those things. It's always like it's free, and then you get all the way there, and then you gotta put in your credit card, but they're not gonna charge you.
Yeah. Okay, but stuck in traffic for the time being. All right, moving along. Crystal, you contact Carbon. Ring
Yes.
ring. Michael.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, might have a job. Someone fairly important is missing. Don't have all of the deets yet, but do you happen to know? First of all, do you happen to be available today? And second, do you have any deets on oh man, what was it? Blue. What was the name of the club?
Oh,
The
Blue
brothel.
Ecstasy.
Blue Ecstasy. Do you have any deets on that? Or can you find any deets?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know much about it. I am available. Been kind of chilling for a little bit, so I'm cool with going out on a job. What's it paying?
Don't know yet, but let's just say we'll be taken care of, and it's the mayor's son.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm
So-
totally down for that. We're about to get paid.
Hopefully.
Where-
but we
where am
can't,
I-
like, the big thing is that I can't snap anyone in two.
I never asked you to the first time, so
I very well aware. And it's got to be on the down low. So I'm gonna try and round everyone up. Got a new guy. I can send his deets to you. But I gotta still contact everyone. So
okay. You know where are we meeting up anywhere or?
not sure, but we're going towards the south side.
Okay. I mean, I'm already kind of south, so
True.
Just,
You want to meet at your place or coffee shop near you?
nah, just send me a text or something when you know where we're going, and I'll meet you there.
Cool.
All right.
Hang
Who do you
up.
message next? Or call next?
Probably Odette.
Okay. Known quantities first. All right. Odette, ring ring.
So, can you please turn on your push to talk
What?
on Discord?
My microphone should be muted.
It's not.
Oh.
It's muted on Zoom, not Discord.
No, my actual microphone has a mute, or my headset has a mute function that should be.
We can hear everything.
There we go.
Go ahead. No, she
Oh
can't.
no, I can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted.
I'm so glad it's not me who's having. I've got painting
Sorry
or
about
picture.
that, guys. I have a mute function on my headset. And I thought that was
Real talk, I
totally
don't-
muting me.
I don't think your audio is coming in from your headset, man. If it was, it would sound a lot clearer. I think it's pulling from somewhere else.
Stephanie is muted though
Stephanie is currently muted. Yeah.
in Discord.
Yeah, your Discord's muted, Steph.
There.
Can't
Wait.
hear you. That's
Oh,
so
no.
weird. I'm gonna karate chop.
No.
She looks like she's gonna fight it. She looks like she's ready to murder everything. Well, I better change this into a fight session instead of a narrative beat.
So selling
Bet it was
tickets
her,
to
though.
this
I bet
fight.
she was yelling at me, but it was her mic the whole time that was picking up my
No,
voice.
it was yours.
No, no,
We-
no, no,
We
no.
were
We-
seeing
we
you
also
light
think
up
that-
in Discord, so yeah.
We also
Mhm.
think that your mic isn't the
Really?
mic that is supposed to be on your Discord.
Right.
Yeah.
That's weird, because my headset has a global mute function. I guess it
No, no,
wasn't
no. It's
working.
not coming
we think
through
that
your
your
headset.
Discord is set up with a different mic
I think
than
it's
the
coming
one
through
on
your
headset.
webcam, Michael. Yeah, check your Discord settings and find
It
your
should
your
be.
mic. It should be, but sometimes it's not because Discord loves to
To
just
change things.
F with people.
At random.
And it might be the
Okay.
same for Stephanie. Like, it might be pulling from somewhere different, and that's why she's having issues with Zoom and now Discord.
That would actually explain that too, yeah.
Hey, I got an idea. Elizabeth, call Striker. the second we turn the spotlight to Chris, it's like,
Okay.
great, another
I'll
muted
call
guy.
you back.
Chris has been talking the whole time.
No, he has. I've heard him.
Ring ring.
Who is this?
Hey, so Anika passed me your deets. There is a job. Are you available? And also, what do you do? Because I didn't get anything.
What's the job?
Someone important's missing, and we gotta keep it on the down low. Don't know what it pays, but I think it's gonna pay pretty well.
I'm in.
Great. We gotta meet on the south side. Is there like a coffee shop near Carbon's apartment? Do I know?
Yeah, there's probably a buck a slice nearby.
Okay. I'll just meet us by this place. Just like, I'll send you the deets to the place until we can figure out exactly where we're going.
I've been there. Oh,
Great.
What time?
How soon can you get there?
Sooner than you.
Fair enough. Meet me there in 30.
Oh man. As the phone call ends, Stryker, we zoom in on your current location. You're standing probably 2 blocks down from the designated location because it's South Night City. You're kind of just milling about. You just got done kind of doing a collection gig. So yeah, you could literally just walk over there and wait it out. Unless you want to try and do something else while you're hanging out. I mean, there's not really much to do, but if there's anything narratively you want to just do for flair, the more the better.
I think at the moment, since I just finished my last job, I was about to look for another job, and since it's in only 30 minutes, I'm gonna walk down, maybe not go to the place just yet, maybe stand across the street and watch it for 20 or so minutes, and then go over.
Okay.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello, yes.
Hey.
Say
Oh,
something?
you can hear me?
Yes.
The mute function.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay, no worries.
Your voice is really powerful right now, though.
It's super strong, we love it. So real quick though, perfect, I like that, that's a good flavor. You also were told who gave her your information. Do you want to contact that in person and get information about the person who contacted you? Counter intel?
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much as soon as I as soon as we hang up, I'm going to. It was Anika.
Yep.
I'm gonna call her while I'm walking down to the place.
Hey Striker, yeah, sorry about flipping your details over, but Crystal's one of my most trusted people. You may have seen her around the office once or twice. She's usually sleeping on the couch. She's a pretty good friend of mine, and I'm just very hopeful that you can help her out. This is a pretty serious gig, and the reason why I think you might be helpful is I'm pretty sure it's Scavs, Striker. I'm pretty sure they got the mayor's son. And actually, I gave the last name wrong before. Let me get this cat off my desk real quick. The last name is Freeman. It should be Devin Freeman. Apologies. And we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight, buddy. We're gonna, so yeah, he
Karate chop him.
He sorry,
Like 2 cats on.
my brain. If he's been taken by them, the scab haunt's going to need to be cleaned up.
So what do you need me for?
So out of character, this would be something that Stryker in character would know. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me explain. A scab haunt is basically a group of scavs, which are a type of gang, that collect people who have cyberware. and cut them up for their cyberware, their bionic parts, and also anything that they have on their person or connected
Oh, that's
to
very
them.
pleasant.
Oh yeah, no, it's the greatest. So you've probably dealt with scav haunts before, and the reason why you would be necessary is because if they acquire things like technology, that technology needs to be broken down and remarketed. So being a scav is bad. Buying off scavs is bad. Getting scav stuff is bad. But if you destroy a scav haunt and then basically remarket the materials, then it's not so bad. And that's what it does.
Okay. Gotcha.
Fighting my cat real quick. Hiya! Get out of here! Okay, hold on. Keep talking amongst yourselves and we can kick this cat out and close the door.
Okay, I'm just testing to make sure you can hear me. Am I good?
No, you're still muted. I couldn't hear you.
David, don't do
I just log off.
That question.
Rage quit.
No Odette today.
Okay. Sorry. So moving to that phone call then. Calling Odette.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like kind of still asleep. It's like wake up, grab the phone. Yeah, what is it?
Good morning. Got a job. You want to make some money today?
Of course I would. What are you thinking?
So we got a big job. Gotta keep it on the down low from everyone, but Mayor's son is missing. It's on the south side. If you could meet me down there, that'd be swell.
Okay, I will start getting ready and I'll head on over.
Cool. I'll send you the place details.
Thank you. Hangs up.
Real quick, Odette, roll me a skill check. Actually, I'm going to need a couple of skill checks from the entirety of the group because I think some things were thrown out. But for you first, make a local expert check for Night City. For Striker, go ahead and give me a stealth check because you're hiding across the street. Stealth will be listed under body skills. It'll be on the left side, kind of in the middle.
Gotcha.
What's the skill? I'm sorry, I don't know
Sure.
what this is.
It'll be local expert Night City. It should be under education, kind of down towards the bottom left.
That looks like I got a 19.
Okay. So yeah, you are pretty well hidden. You know, you're sitting across the street and kind of in a spot that wouldn't be easy to see, kind of near some vending machines. Perfect line of sight too at the bucket slice across the street. And after having been told about who was coming to meet you, this crystal individual, you would know what she looks like because your memory's pretty good. You've seen her on the couch.
Okay.
And if you don't know what she looks like in game, I will go ahead and remedy that by doing one of these. Oh wait, no, wow, it's the old picture, but that's still a pretty good
I
representation.
mean, both are amazing.
Yeah, that one's by Elizabeth.
Okay.
But yeah, yep, she will look a little bit different, which we'll discuss, but basically the same.
Those shorts are just
That's
a little
weird.
bit.
I saw them on Pinterest, and I was like,
Oh, those are real shorts?
yeah, you can
Really?
buy them. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
So I didn't have Night City, so I just added it. There's no modifier to that.
It should be 4. Do you have a local expert for anything else?
4. It's my home.
Oh, your home should be Night City.
Oh, okay. It says literally your home. Okay, and that's a modifier of 2. Is that correct?
Should be
Not
2.
4.
Yeah, no, 2 is right. Languages is 4. Sorry. So yeah,
Okay.
you're right. 18. Roll
All
them.
right, let me throw that dice.
rolling hot tonight, guys. So with an 18, you would know that the mayor, the current mayor, who will be replaced because it does seem that he is losing in the polls. The current mayor of the city is an individual named Umbole Ubanike. And with an 18, you would know that he was formerly known as Judson Freeman, but he changed his name to reflect his politics. You don't recall him publicly having a son, but you do remember that there was a story on like the rags, maybe 10 or so years ago, that stated that he had an affair and had a child who was kind of a bit of a political hot potato, or like something you'd hide away. But yeah, he is a member of, or he is heavily involved in the Pan-Neo-African political party. And yeah, you rolled really good. Sorry, I'm just giving it to you. Yeah. Usually spends most of his time out of the office doing things out in the streets, being the mayor of Night City. But
I mean, if I had an illegitimate son that I didn't want people knowing about, I might just let him go missing. This is me.
possibly.
But, you know.
You would know that, again, like I said,
heavy.
the current the current election cycle, basically the mayor who's replacing him, I think it'll be in November, is an individual named, what's his name? Lucius. Lucius Rhine. You know that if this was a political move, like they were trying to hide their illegitimate son, it doesn't seem to serve him politically, because he's already kind of coming out of the limelight. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then, sorry, Calvin, did you want to try and get past this?
I mean, as right now, I'm just chilling, waiting for it. Just cool with mowing through traffic. I have nothing urgent I gotta do.
Okay. After about an hour of waiting, you do see that the Max Tech AVs kind of move off to the sides and kind of land down. It does look like the Max Tech AVs have door gunners who kind of position themselves there, and they form a makeshift checkpoint.
Oh.
You can see that if you were to try and dip at this point, it would be very noticeable. And you do see someone a bit ahead of you try to do just that. You see the Max Tech AV on that side of the road, as they move off of it, lift off, and the door gunner blazes through their vehicle, and it just kind of putters off to the side. The AV kind of moves away from it and kind of drops back down, leaving one Max Tech person to drop down and check out the vehicle that was trying to dodge the checkpoint.
Son of a dang.
If you sit there for a while, it seems like they're moving people through the checkpoint pretty fast. So you do get up to a point where you are face to face with a Max Tech officer. He appears to be wearing kind of like very hard armor jack. There's a neon kind of light kind of going up both of his arms that kind of currently is going red and blue. Up and down on the sides of his arms. His helmet appears to have kind of a strange set of goggles on it that appear to give him like 10 eyes, all kind of glowing green. And he kind of looks at you and says, yes, hi. And without even asking you for your identification, he says, Calvin Gibson, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, you're clear to go. If you're heading back outside of the city, please make sure to use any road beside, or any highway or thoroughfare besides the one. Understood?
Copy that, sir.
Do you ask any questions of him?
Absolutely not.
All right. Someone watched the video. You drive off, and you can see that they seem to be moving.
Hey, he didn't ask me
through.
for any money. I'm cool.
Right. You seem to see that the Max Tech officer is the one that's kind of running through, yeah, everyone's kind of just going through the checkpoint easily enough. And you start making your way into Night City with a little bit of congestion past that point, but most of it kind of breaks up and forks out just outside of Santo Domingo and the like. You're probably in Night City probably around 1 p.m. Um, Speaking of which, before then, would you have received a call as a question? Crystal, would you have called Calvin at some point during the morning? I didn't hear you, but I did hear you because I saw you say yes. Okay, ring, ring. Calvin,
Sorry.
this is a flashback to the thing that we just did. But you get a phone call from Crystal.
Hey, what's up? You see that
Hey.
pic? Fucked out here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you know how long you're gonna be?
Probably like hours at this point, but I'm just chilling. I'm just trying to get this armor fixed up.
Jeez. Well, if you could meet us on the south side, I can throw you the deets. We got a job if you're available.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Great.
Okay, clear. Go ahead. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Sorry. So I was going to say, Calvin, you'll be arriving way late. So this is probably closer to 11:30, 12 when, Crystal, you start making your way to the Bucket Slice as designated as the meet. Do you arrive there trying to get there early, or are you just trying to arrive there when you think Carbon or Odette might show up?
Nope.
Oh, what?
Oh, he's definitely talked about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't arrive early. You're gonna be late.
That's
Oh,
accurate.
No, I'd probably be early, cause I don't know when Odette's gonna show up.
Okay. So, Striker, you would see the individual in question kind of moving up, heading towards the Bucket Slice. Different than the last time you saw her, though, and definitely different than the last time you've heard mention of her either. She appears to be slotted into a Sigma-style linear frame, if you're not familiar with that. A linear frame is basically an exoskeleton. If you're...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you've seen, I think it's... oh, man, what was the one with Matt Damon? Elysium? Was that it?
Wally.
Elysium.
Wally.
It's probably closest to Elysium in its styling. And it does appear to have kind of like a large set of hooks on the arms sections, so she can use the strength of the exoskeleton to do heavy lifting.
You ever
instead
see
of
someone snap someone in half?
ripping her own hands off and trying to lift things that are...
Not personally, no.
You're about to find out.
Do you wanna?
You want? No, Anika said no splitting anyone in half.
Crystal,
Well, I mean, maybe outfit, and you're gonna have to. So,
you are about to walk into another establishment. So, Bucket Slice, for your kind of mental space, is kind of like if you shoved a Starbucks, a Pizza Hut, and a Taco Bell all into one spot, and everything was insanely cheap and made out of cardboard. Literally
Oh,
right.
cardboard.
So just like real life Taco Bell.
Just like real life Taco
Right.
Bell.
Just like just like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
This episode brought to you by Taco Bell. She's got a...
Ashley had Taco
Always
Bell
on
for
point.
dinner
Oh
tonight.
my gosh.
Last week the glasses, today the cup.
We live in the
gotta live that corpo life.
we live it in the future. When you enter in, you can see that there's some, rinky-dink kind of plastic tables with their little plastic chairs, and some bench or some booths rather. A couple of spots outside that are open. Not a lot of people are present in chairs yet because the line to get food is currently pretty heavy, it being lunchtime. Do you want to sit down outside, sit down inside, try and get in line for food? What are you doing?
Probably pick something up on my way over.
Okay.
I'll just chill outside and text Carbon that I am at the Butter Slice.
Okay. And yeah, this would be not too far outside of your own apartment space, so just an elevator ride and a hop and a skip for you, Carbon. But yeah, you would see that she arrives. She does send a text message with her phone, and is sitting there waiting.
After I see her go in and send the text message, I'm gonna go ahead and go across the street and approach her and say, "You're Crystal?"
Yeah. You, the new guy?
Yeah, I got your call.
So the gentleman you are currently looking at, go ahead and describe your character.
Okay, so he's a middle-aged guy. His left eye and left arm have been completely replaced. He's got dark hair, slightly graying. His clothes are less than fancy. He's got a sort of dark green, almost a poncho on. Just a vest with a bunch of tools all stuck into places all over so he can grab them easily. He's a bit of a rougher looking guy. He's been through a bit of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the main things you would notice about him tactically would be the cyberarm he currently has is a tech scanner, which would definitely continue to cue with the tools to the fact that he's probably a techie. It does look like it's a Militech cyberarm. The logo for Militech looks like it's been chiseled out, which is a good sign. And he's carrying a custom job shotgun. It looks like it is an older style 12 gauge with a pretty large capacity magazine for the small size of it. And that's kind of just strapped to his belt. But you're used to seeing techies with kind of custom guns like this, which are more for substance than style. It's more of a how much shotgun can I bring to a party and it not weigh 100 pounds. And that's literally what he has on his belt. But yeah, that's it. Continue.
I've seen you around. You're friends with Anika?
Yeah, you look somewhat familiar. Maybe I was staying over or something.
I've
I don't
been in and out of her place.
Yeah, I'm usually there.
So,
Go ahead.
how many are we waiting for here?
3, 1 stuck in traffic. One should be here soon. The other one I woke her up, so don't know when she's gonna be here. But so 3.
I imagine that should be enough then.
Yeah, we got a pretty good team so far. Don't have a techie yet, so that's good.
Well, you got one now, at least for today.
Great. Welcome to welcome to Cock.
He's so rough and tumble though. I love how he's like, you've got one, but only for the day. Oh man, okay.
The name has been said in real life in canon.
It's official now.
It's no longer a joke.
The full cock.
You just got it.
For those of you who are watching and don't understand, Carbon, Odette, Calvin, and Crystal with a K, Cock, and now Striker makes it Cox.
Plural.
Anywho,
Wordle.
Here.
This job just got cocked up.
Cock a doodle doo.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Hi.
It was nice meeting you all. Carbon.
It's great. It's fine. I'll take over.
Oh shit!
I got this shit.
The glass is
Hey!
She's ready.
I can't.
Hook up, samurai.
I can't do. I've been bested again. Sorry. So switch mode. Carbon. You would arrive on the scene. You would see the two individuals. One you know as Crystal, and one you don't know. On the scene at Bucka Slice.
Just
And
walk
you-
up.
okay.
No, I just walk up. Be like, "Hey, Crystal, what's up?" And who are you?
I'm Striker. Who are you?
My name is Carbon. You sound very serious.
What do you expect
This
from
is our
me?
new techie.
Ah, new techie. Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Are we getting food?
You can, but the line's long.
It's pretty long.
What are we waiting on then? Are we waiting on anyone?
we're waiting on Odette and Calvin.
I gotcha. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just get in
Calvin's
line. Just
Okay.
Alright.
As you're about to make your way inside, you hear some yelling. It sounds like some very aggressive yelling, and
We
then you
love
hear
yelling.
gunfire.
We
It
love
would seem that two individuals in line are arguing about their placement in line to a degree that has boiled over into raw conflict. You being on South Night City, this is pretty close to combat zones, so sometimes the riffraff of the um, less policed areas will spill out. The second the shooting begins, though, you see from the center of the Bucka Slice an ADU descend down, drop down two massive caliber machine guns, and start blaring down into the two people with guns, ripping them into shreds on the floor of the Bucka Slice. Everyone else kind of backs away with their hands up in the center of the Bucka Slice, and the ADU just kind of sits there, kind of moving ominously, like at everyone present.
the line just got a little bit shorter.
This is this is as you're about to enter into the place. Do you want to like stay out for a second and kind of wait that out, or do you want to just go in and be like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna wait for that thing to go away. But now I'm a little bit closer to getting my order. So
Sure. A single NCPD cruiser comes up, parks, and a single officer enters in. The second officer staying outside at the vehicle. They don't pay attention to the people outside. There are some people who kind of, rubbernecking, looking to see what's going on. They go inside. They talk to the manager of the Bucka Slice. Then they leave. You see the line kind of move in a weird fashion around the bodies, and then you see two employees come out with a bucket and a mop and two body bags and start filling the body bags with the two parties and start mopping up the material that is left behind by their termination.
and I get in line.
And I get in line. All right. Perfect.
Fantastic.
The ADU, after the NCPD kind of exited, would have returned back to its placement in the ceiling. But yeah, standing in line, pretty quiet. After about 10 minutes or so, you get to the front of the line. Odette would arrive on the scene, walking from public transport at about the time you're at the front of the line. And I believe that Crystal and Stryker are still outside. Feel free to have a bit more conversation, and then I'll just kind of drop an Odette in as you're continuing that dialogue. Or if you kind of just stand there awkwardly and silent, I'll just shove an Odette into that.
I'm gonna ask. So I say to Crystal. So what all did Anika tell you about this job?
Muted.
Sorry.
It's okay.
There we go.
It's that day. I need a pedal if we're gonna do this again. Anyways. She what was I saying? She said that we gotta keep it on down low, can't get any of what just happened in there happen with us. But yeah, Mayor's son is missing. Said we might need some extra help, so that's why you're here. That's about it.
Did she tell you how much it pays?
No, that's the one thing we don't know. But I trust Anika, so
If it's the mayor's son, it's got to be big.
right. I don't know much about him, but it's the mayor's son. He'll pay, right?
And then Odette happens.
Hey, Crystal! And then kind of look over at the Striker. Whoa, where'd you dig this guy up?
Nika sent him. Sent
Then
me his
Stryker.
video.
Oh, okay. Oh, hi, I'm Odette. Just kind of like lean over and just like look right back at Crystal. Is Carmen or Calvin here yet?
Carbon's getting a slice.
What the hell do you want? Are you ready? She says to you as you approach the cash register, Carbon.
I'll just take your best piece of cardboard pizza, please.
Haha, real fucking funny. Okay, yeah. Get him one slice! Cheese! Throws it out on a cardboard thing. That'll be 5 eddies.
Okay, here you go.
It's a simple swipe, and you pop your out. And then snap back to the outside.
Carbon!
Hey, Odette, what's up?
So, real quick, Odette comes out, I assume in her typical gear. She appears to be wearing kind of a... but I'll let her describe it. Go ahead.
So she's kind of wearing, it's actually a real dress IRL, but it's like a nurse uniform with a short skirt, fishnets, and combat boots. She has kind of like Liberty spikes on each side of her hair, kind of like pigtails, and they're green and purple. And she's holding a little syringe, but it's actually like a bag. It opens up and it holds her gun inside, but you can't really see inside of it. So it's a cute little accessory.
And coming out, you would have seen him for a second. Carbon, go ahead and describe your character, Michael. And yes, that is a hentai shirt before we get to it. Or, Ahegao.
Yep. Basically, I mean, as you're seeing on Roll20, got like a tealish green kind of hair going on. I got all of my gear for net running, gloves, jacket, Ahegao t-shirt. That's about it. Very, very standard looking punk kind of guy. I'm a street dweller, so.
If you'd like to make a cybertech roll, which would be under technique skills, Striker, you can go ahead and do so.
Okay. I see it's under which one?
Technique. It should be on the bottom right, kind of towards the top of that bottom right list.
Cybertech.
Okay. Very good. That'd be a success. Oh, real quick. Let's get the IP stuff out of the way. So, Chris, on the front page of your sheet, at the very bottom left, there should be an IP log. Do you see that?
Under character.
Mm-hmm.
IP log, yeah.
Okay. If you click add, you can put in successes, critical successes, or critical failures. It's how we gain experience in a way. So you critically succeeded at stealth. So go ahead and type stealth and then put 3 next to it in the number there. And then add another section and you'll put cybertech and you'll put 1 instead of 3 in that one. And then Odette, go ahead and get yourself one for local. Yeah, that's it so far.
Okay.
Cool. So with that check, you would note that the bag carries his cyber deck. It looks like it's a pretty decent rig. And on his head, he's wearing a pair of virtuality goggles. So confirmed for Netrunner, or at least capable of entering into net architectures and cyberspace.
Okay.
Cool.
We're just waiting for one more.
He says it's
Yeah,
Our nomad. He is caught in some traffic. There's some kind of barrier, some shit going on. Normal shit.
Right. You're that doc who got your place blown up or something, didn't you?
Who, me?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a mishap. Everything's okay now, though.
All right. I've just heard about you down the wire.
Hopefully only good things.
Mostly.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Okay. I assume Carbon sits and starts eating. Probably either at the table you're all sitting at, or not too far from where you're standing.
No, I'm taking a seat down. Yeah, I'm just chilling and eating my food.
I sit down next to Carbon, try and like grab a pizza out of his hand to get a bite, playfully.
Carbon strikes me as the kind of fellow who folds that shit and like gets it like right there in the face. So like you would literally have to be like all up ons to try and get the pizza.
Yeah, it's almost done.
He just unhinges his jaw and just drops it.
Perfect. Great. Uh, some more of a sad face. Like, come on, come on. Anywho, if you're sitting there for a while, Calvin, go ahead and make me a drive land vehicles.
I wasn't ready to be on yet.
It's cool.
Too bad.
Yep. So you start hot riding through the city because you're like, I gotta get to this job, I gotta get to this gig. I've been told where to go. So instead of just kind of driving in traffic like a normal human being, you start slipping into lanes when you're not supposed to, moving onto medians and driving on them,
What
driving.
flavor? I'm
off-
playing Rebel Yell.
Right. Literally driving off of like highways down onto like positions beneath you, driving on sidewalks to get where you're going. Eventually, you kind of do this. You all are sitting there, kind of standing around the bucket slice, and to be closer to like when you all finally get together. You see this massive truck, like up armored with what appears to be like a box in the back, just do a massive U-turn from the other side of the street, coming full long across like 3 lanes, and then just kind of just drive up and park like right on the side of the street near you in the pickup spot.
I
coming
see Calvin
out-
has made it.
Coming out of the vehicle, or are you gonna wait for them to get in?
No, I'm getting out. You know, like
Okay.
sitting in that seat for too long, it just hurts your back. I got one of those memory foam things, and like it don't work anymore.
Well, okay.
You need one of those like the bead back roller ones that like truckers
Oh, my dad had
have.
one of those, and it ain't cool.
It's not.
Then he had to get a whole new back.
Yeah, new back.
You pop out, so you would
Good
see
thing we know Odette.
Calvin approaching. Calvin, describe your character in brief, and what you do when you approach.
I am a nomad from the Outlands, the deserty area. I have I'm what is called bag lady chic. The coolest thing is the coat, but my favorite things are the Hawaiian shirt and the beads on my wrist. Love that as flavor.
And do you kind of walk up with a certain swagger, or
No.
go ahead and make a perception check as you're kind of heading up.
Dang, it's like I have to do this every week, but I never remember where it's at.
It's okay. It should be in the top left.
I see it.
Okay, decent enough. So as you're approaching, you would see that it's Odette, Carvin, and Crystal as you expected, and then there's a new guy, and we've already gone over what he looks like, and you've seen him. But the thing that you notice that no one else seems to have spotted out, because you're kind of more for an eye for it, is grays and greens and browns and really just drab colors, dark kind of like gray hair and black. He's so just like perfect for like Night City and Out in the Wilds or whatever. Like, you see that he has a pink and kind of like pinkish bangle on his left arm or right arm. Everything else, but you're the only person who kind of goes, he's got no flair, there's no markings, nothing that's making him individual except for that.
Oh. Wait, did I get told that we had a new guy? I don't think I got told that.
You didn't. So you'd be
actually, actually, I just noticed that this guy is here. I just noticed it, I guess, and I would just walk up to Carbon and Odette and be like, "You guys got food already?"
Carbon did. He didn't get us anything. He won't share.
The line by 1 o'clock has definitely slowed down a lot.
Is,
I don't want it unless Carbon got it.
Crystal, is there enough time for me to grab a bite before we head out?
I mean, if you can eat and walk.
Is Stryker standing like really close to everybody, or I guess Stryker, are you standing really close to everybody, or are you kind of like off in the distance? Like, would I be able to be like, wait, he's kind of in the
like,
group?
He's with
not-
us.
I'm with the group, but like I'm not like shoulder to shoulder, you know?
He's social distancing.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, good man.
Yeah.
Then since he's so close, but I don't know he's with us, I'll just give him like a little nod as I head in towards the restaurant.
Okay. So real quick, this is gonna do. We're gonna do some quick face downs. So everybody roll a d10, except for Stryker. I need you to roll 4 d10s.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know why.
Okay. Why did everybody roll 4? I only wanted Stryker to roll 4.
Oh, only me. Sorry.
Oh,
Everybody
I thought it
roll.
was the opposite.
Everybody roll
Yeah,
1.
you totally sounded like you said
Sorry.
roll.
I thought everybody.
I thought, yeah,
No,
You
we're-
definitely sounded like everyone but him.
except for
yeah.
Stryker.
It's amazing. But yeah, no, that's fine. And I actually didn't need him to roll those 4 because I already had him roll those 4 pregame.
Yeah.
So-
I was like,
This is the face down. So yeah, you already got Odette. You already know about her. So sorry. Rewinding a bit. David, what was your first D10 roll? 7.
10.
A 7? Looks like a
Huh?
7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Elizabeth, your first was a 2.
Was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's up here. It was.
Yeah. And then Stephanie, your first was a 6. Okay. And Michael, your first was a 1. Perfect. So, Crystal, you would know a bit more about Stryker as you've been kind of sitting with him, thinking about it, kind of paying attention. You know that Anika has a number of freelancers who work in kind of moving materials. She's a mover. She likes making sure stuff is being migrated properly. You think you've heard stories about Stryker being kind of one of her top tier techs, very capable in breaking down and reassembling and maneuvering objects in and out of places where they're not supposed to be. Very solid techie in that regard. Michael, you actually think about it, and you've actually heard stories about a individual who fleeces things from parties, and I don't mean like parties like D&D parties. I mean like the person that you're thinking about matches the description of the guy who's kind of been sitting here with you for a while, but basically is very keen on scavenging without being a scav. They're a opportunist. And you know this person by reputation and only reputation. And nobody else knows anything about him. Cool. But you're all gathered. And the Mackinac sits there in the park spot.
Wait, did I get my food?
Yeah, you can pop in. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you want?
I mean, I just
Actually, with
want-
you, it would probably be like, so what do you want?
Hey, 2 slices, please, and a large cup of Joe.
You got it.
Thanks, man.
Boom, boom, boom.
Swipe.
And you see that she charged you for cheese, but it looks like she put meat lovers in the boxes.
Yeah.
Damn, you gotta love getting hooked up.
Yep. And if anybody else wants to pop in and grab something to eat.
Oh, see, I thought Calvin was just bringing me a slice too.
They're both for me.
Okay, fine. I'll go get my own. God damn it, you guys.
I estimate that Carbon is the type of guy who folds. I estimate that Calvin is the type of guy who double folds. 2 pieces on top of each other, push them into a nice
Oh, the pizza sandwich? I used to do that as a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put breadsticks in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfection.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's how I did it.
You get 1 or 2
Were they
breadsticks.
cheesy breadsticks though?
You could.
No, it was just
Or-
normal breadsticks.
I used to do them with the dill butter breadsticks at Pizza King, but I would never cut the pizza like it's supposed to be cut. I used to work at one, so I would cut it like real pizza.
On the little squares.
Hate the squares.
They don't make sense.
Oh,
They don't make
Square-
sense.
square cut is a superior cut.
No.
That's incorrect.
So that kind of just proves that you're a square.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. You burn. Anyways, sorry for roasting the players. I'm so sorry.
It only makes sense
I
if
mean,
it's
if you call that a roast, I'll give it to you.
Fair enough. I called you a square. It's like a 50s roast.
If I'm coming out, is Striker? You're still like in the
Still
group,
with
right?
them.
I'm
Yeah.
still there.
yeah,
He ate this
he's
morning.
chilling.
He's not hungry at the moment.
At this point, I'd be like, "Hi,
You miss Nomad.
Oh, hey. Striker's with us.
Yeah.
Who's a Striker?
Yeah, Calvin, did you meet Slider over here?
Peter."
I give Carmen a little side eye, but I don't reply.
A robotic side
That was
eye?
no dead joke. I love it.
No.
Name's
Howdy.
Striker.
Calvin. I'd offer a shake. Yeah, we shake through camera as well. Are you with us for the meal?
Yeah,
Or
Anika got a hold
more?
of me. She said you could use some help on this.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right then. If Vanika trusts you, you're all right then. Cool with me. What's your field of expertise?
I fix stuff. I take stuff apart. I make stuff. You name it.
Ah, you're like a fix-it guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have some jobs for you.
Should have named you Felix.
So, a quick note, something that Stryker would have been paying attention to. If you would go ahead and give me a land vehicles tech roll.
Land vehicles tech.
Really good. Counted as a success for your IP log. So 1 point. You look at the Mackinac that he drove up, which is a type of vehicle that's done by a brand called Thornton. It's a very massive off-road truck. Looks like the tires have been upmarket purchased and are quite nice and rather new. The armor plating appears to be aftermarket and seems to be pretty standard for nomads, especially kind of like runners, people who try to move past kind of other nomad families, blockades, borders, and the like. And it looks like the box in the back that I kind of off mentioned appears to be a pop-up turret system. Based on the size and structure of it, you assume that there's an autocannon, possibly Militech, placed inside of the pop-up box. It would be rear-facing, 180 degrees, and your presumption is that there's probably a linking connection for neural linking inside this vehicle that allows for a non-driver to connect to that turret system. This is all known just by looking at the car from outside by you.
It's a nice ride you got there.
Yeah, it's the family's, but I'm basically the only one that gets to ride it.
Must be nice.
It absolutely is. If I had to drive in anything else we got, I would have probably blown my brains out a long time ago.
Oh, and sorry, I forgot to mention this. Not too far from where you're at, you would be parked, by the way, Stryker.
Okay. So what's the plan for today?
Yeah, what is the plan? What are we
Everyone
doing,
starts
Crystal?
kind of looking to Crystal.
You asked us all to come here.
Yeah, we gotta go check out the place I told you about. The blue. Blown too many heads off. Blue ecstasy.
Blue oyster.
Blue oyster.
Blue Oyster Cult. I love that band.
Blue waffles.
God!
Ah, you had to say it.
I
Oh,
was gonna say it.
oh god.
That's their number one drink.
Oh, I'm out. Even just hearing the name.
Gives you a hell of a hangover.
Why did we have to go there?
Look,
Why?
I can't walk through the frozen section and see Eggo blueberry waffles and not just want to throw up. Anyway, for those of you who are familiar with the 2000s, don't look it up.
Please don't.
Do it.
It'll change.
No.
It'll change your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crystal. No more deflections in old internet memes.
Yeah. But no, we gotta go check this out because that was the last place he apparently was. Find out if anything happened.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
And I don't want to presume on you, Michael, but you did say like, yeah, I know the place. Like when she told you that was the place you were going to check out. Is that because you're familiar with it? Because you frequented it before, or is that because you're just idly familiar with it?
Nah, I've heard of it before, but I've never actually been. I've had people that wanted me to go, and I turned them down because I had other stuff going on that day.
Combos, got it. Cool.
That's what they call it.
I mean, it does sound like it might be a sexual innuendo, like cream-filled, orifice. Yeah.
A little crunchy on the
What
outside.
cream?
It's like
What combos are you eating? It's like cheese.
It's like a creamy.
Cheese
Made out of
orifice.
cream.
There's the pizza ones. It's more of a creamy kind of substance. Pizza cream.
Salty taste on the outside.
Pizza cream. That sounds terrible.
I don't know,
You know
man.
what? I think that's a type of Campbell soup.
Googling it.
No.
Pizza cream.
Okay, so where is this place, Crystal?
I thought you knew.
No, I have said I have heard of it. Not that I know exactly where it's at.
Well, fine. I'll look it up.
I could punch in basically anything into my truck and we can get there.
Hell yeah, let's just do that.
Shotgun.
Oh man.
You can't ride in the back. No one uses that gun unless it's absolutely necessary. Oh, you meant passenger seat. Yeah, that's right.
Wait, can crystals fit in the back?
There's windows, yeah.
Actually, and let me look at that picture of that
like,
truck again.
Shove her in sideways.
Sure. Yeah, so,
Okay, looks like it's just me and you, Ficus, in the back seats.
Ficus.
What the hell?
uh,
Oh no, you might have to ride in the front.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot. There's
There's no windows back there.
There are no windows in the back.
I'll just
Can I,
ride.
like,
I'll just
oh,
ride
man,
in the back.
About how far away is my bike from here?
not that far. You could walk to
I'll
it.
just ride in the back with the
And
gun. I won't touch it. I
There are
promise.
windows in the back. Those
He ain't making you ride in the outside
Those
unless
drop
you like
down.
it like that.
those drop down. Those wings, they drop down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
It still looks small.
It's pretty big. A person's standing from ground to top, their head, I'm talking about like a 5'6" person, their head probably wouldn't make it to the window.
Oh.
Oh, dang. So those wheels
Okay.
are what, like
Pretty big.
4 feet?
I'd say about right, yeah.
It just looks like, I don't know.
It's one you
It
have to
looks
jump
smaller
into.
than my dad's.
It looks
Truck,
kind
yeah.
of like the Tesla Cybertruck.
It does look like the Tesla Cybertruck. I wonder if that was on purpose.
Probably.
Probably.
since Elon Musk's significant other is also in Cyberpunk 2077. But enough about him. Anywho, to your vehicle.
We driving.
It does look like Stryker says he'll meet up with you if he'll follow you, right?
Yeah, he's gonna go get his bike and follow behind.
Whoa, Stickler, you're not gonna drive with us?
I'll follow behind.
Chris.
I'm just waiting for him to hit back. Because Carmen's a lot easier to fuck on, dude. Alright, Captain Boy, no problem.
Snyder.
Wait, what?
Snyder.
I can't believe you called him Slider, though.
Slider.
So yeah, you start to go with the truck, and you would see not too far up ahead a bike kind of coming around with Stryker on it, coming up behind you. It is a motorcycle.
Do I
A
recognize it?
motorcycle.
Does
No,
it scratch any of my driving itches?
no, it looks like something you've never seen before. Yep, that is the best way I can put it.
What is that thing?
It looks like it's two wheels with a whole bunch of stuff connected to it, and him sitting on top of all those connective tissues.
Oh, it's like the motorcycle from Spawn. All right.
It looks like it's
Do we have a pic?
It looks like it's a junker that's been kind of thrown together and kind of made to work. And it looks like it's handling pretty well as he follows behind you. But you're pretty sure that if you do too much in the cool kid driving, you'll probably lose him.
Don't want to do
Did we have
that.
a visual or did I miss that?
No, there's no visual. Because I'm still working on what picture I want to eventually use. It's definitely an older motorcycle, so it'll be based off of something from 2020.
We'll definitely be driving at a pace so that everyone can make it there at the same time.
Yeah, but you can tell that it handles pretty well. Like he's...
It gets me where I need to be.
Yep. Okay, so you start heading that way. As you kind of approach that sector, the sounds of gunfire can definitely be heard more often than not. You definitely see a lack of Night City police in the area. You start making your way around the Megas building to where you know the Blue Ecstasy is located. And as you kind of approach it, you would note that there's private security forces that appear to be present around this area. The private security forces in question seem to be hired out of a private firm, not a large corporate firm. And the private firm in question seems to have logos and branding that marks them as Black Adder Corporation, which is a small private firm that you really probably haven't heard of. But it's not terribly uncommon to see this type of private security force acting as a police force in the area. You would also note that the Blue Ecstasy is currently closed and doesn't open until 6 p.m. It's around 2.
No rush on that.
We could just pretend to work there, maybe. I don't know.
Hold on, let me find an outfit. Let's go shopping, Crystal.
Yeah, please don't go kill anyone else again.
I'm not going shopping. We only do online shopping now.
I mean, this is maybe one of the places that we could get away with less of the clothing that we're wearing currently and still convince them that we work there.
I know, let's do it a bit. But if you want to try, you can certainly give it a go.
I think I'm done with that for now.
I'm not living that life. What's that? I need a lanyard.
It was too hard. Yeah, exactly. I don't see.
It's okay, there's no goose.
Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, it's closed at current. There are, like I said, private security forces that appear to be on site. and it does look like there are other people about the town. You can see a couple of people who appear to be kind of stragglers or corner sitters, people who are just kind of present, may frequent those specific locales commonly. But yeah, if you're just dipping on through, kind of, or idling on through, you would note that there does appear to be a parking structure present as well, not too far from that location.
I mean, first I would probably do a slow drive of the block to see all the buildings that are around it.
Yeah, most of the buildings here are kind of low lying, but there are definitely some taller towers present. From what you can tell, the lower sections of the taller buildings in this area appear to be very heavily fortified, structurally upgraded to kind of support against blast, bullet, fire, and other potential combat zone things that might happen. Yeah, it's nice enough, I guess, but
While we're driving around, I want to be using scanner to search for physical access points around the building.
okay. So regarding the blue ecstasy, it doesn't appear that there are any on the outside that you're able to kind of notate. Your base presumption is that there's neta in the area, it's inside. What you will note is there does appear to be net architecture on each of the vehicles of the private security teams that are kind of out and about and around the block that blue ecstasy is on. Do you want to give those a go, or?
No, for the time being, I'm going to hold off.
Okay.
I'm just going to notate that.
All right. After doing a roundabout, do you want to pull into anywhere, park, and get out and maybe do some recon, or do you want to just wait 4 hours?
Hey guys, just as a heads up, I can tell you there are access points on every single one of those security vehicles that were around in case we need to do something like that. Just for planning purposes.
Always one step ahead of everyone, aren't you, Carbon?
I could make all the cars start playing bumper cars with each other.
Oh, is there an arcade nearby?
As a matter of fact, there is an arcade nearby. It does look like there are a number of individuals kind of placed outside who are kind of, standing there looking like they're kind of guarding the place, but they also look like they're just kind of standing there and just kind of being intimidating. I'd say about 4 or 5 of these individuals dressed in South Night City colors, specifically for a gang that you may be familiar with. Go ahead and make a local expert. Oh, you're from Badlands. Nope, not you.
I'm a local expert, all right.
If you have Night City as your local expert, you can make a local expert check.
What's that under?
Should be under, education.
There it is.
Yeah. So they're wearing the Joe Boys colors. Odette, Stryker, you two would be familiar. The Joe Boys are a small gang based in South Night City. The combat zone's pretty hectic, so there's lots of different gangs that kind of muscle in through here. The main gang in this area are the Valentinos, but you would know that the Joe Boys are kind of like, whereas the Valentinos deal more with pushing and the like. Joe Boys deal more with juicing and are more of a body gang, whereas or a booster gang, and the Valentinos are more of kind of like a gang. Carbon.
That was an accident.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a critical failure, so
You get
you get points for that.
I was trying to figure out how to do the roll because it wasn't letting me hover over the normal name and I messed it up.
No worries.
Well, you could take critical failure points.
Yeah, for a local expert. But yeah, that's what you would know. You would know that Joe Boys are kind of over the top gang too. Some of their heavier, capacity individuals, some of their bigger, more muscular individuals will walk around with Gatling cannons, gold-plated Gatling cannons, just to be cool looking. Gold-plated AK-47s, gold-plated, 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 gold-plated. They really like gold-plated stuff, and then their colors are blue and white.
That was my real roll. Still a critical failure.
All right, can't beat fate. You have no idea who they are.
I wasn't trying to.
You know they are very scary, and the guns are bad.
Guns, bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You would also know, with an 18, sorry, those of you who are interested, the Joe Boys were formed by a ganger named Joe Boy, and he died probably about 5-10 years ago, you think, and they are currently run by an individual named Junior, who is Joe Boy's only son.
Joe Boy Jr. Yeah.
Just Junior.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, just Junior.
Just Junior.
Who names their kid Junior?
Don't know. All right. But yeah, do you go into
Be
the
like-
arcade?
Yeah, I'd be like, hey guys, it's a cool place to kill some time.
Yeah.
While
Guy kind of
waiting
looks
for
at
the
you and goes,
ship open.
"Hey man," kind of like looks at your jacket. Fucking symbol's that? He says as he gestures at the symbol on your shoulder.
I don't know. I picked it up off of somebody else's coat. They didn't say anything about it.
All right, man. Then, well, you mind if I just take that then? Because I think that's a family on the outskirts.
Nah.
Oh man, if it doesn't mean anything to you, then why don't you just tear that tag off and just toss it on the floor then?
Well, like it's a part of my style now. It's me.
Yo. It's one of the guys says, just leave him alone, man. He's just a fucking guy. No, I swear, man. I saw him driving around in a big ass truck. He's probably one of them fucking Gibsons. So what? What do we got beef with the Gibsons now? And the other one says, no, we don't got beef with the Gibsons now, man. But you know who does? And he goes, yeah. Man, lose the tag or get out.
What?
Hey, Calvin, just like put it in your pocket or something. Like,
Nah, fuck that. I'm leaving.
All right, bye.
I just give them 2 birds and I walk away.
They look like they look
that.
like they're moving for weaponry. As you click them off, do you run?
No, I'm just walking away.
Okay.
Oh no.
They look like they're trying to be intimidating, and you just walk away, and then they just like, yeah, that's right, kind of attitudes.
We're big. Ugh.
But yeah, they seem
Love
to
when
be
people do that.
they seem to be kind of holding that arcade as the main position of terrain that they kind of hold. Not too far from them, you see what looks like it's an old rundown hotel, kind of in the base section of a larger structure. There's kind of a red neon light in the shape of a circle, and there's a couple of guys outside who have a similar tattoo on the backs of their hands, which also has a neon light up. And they're kind of, looks like they're holding their corner of the street here. And you're pretty sure that they're eyeing each other. And you were kind of a weird distraction for the Joe Boys side of this little street.
Is there any way to tell who the Joe Boys are worried about, or who the Joe Boys are connected with that are so worried about the Gibson family?
You would know right off. It would definitely be the Boltons.
Just
Fucking cop
I don't
families.
want to
Fucking cop families, man.
think they're so hot
Yeah.
just because they kiss the ass of money.
I mean, you do what you gotta do to get paid.
Are there any cool prizes in the arcade?
Yeah. There's
I'm
some.
gonna do scanner near the arcade.
Okay. There are a couple of nettos. It looks like they're mainly individual architectures for some of the devices. What you do notice is it looks like the main ones are for the crane machines.
I want to. Are there any architectures attached to any of the games with like screens?
No.
Ah.
You'd have to manually jack into those.
Oh yeah, then I'll go into the arcade.
Don't manually jack into a game.
The prizes, though. What are the prizes?
Yeah, so it looks like there are a number of crane machines. It looks like the stuff inside is old, dusty. Looks like people haven't really touched on it in a long time. But if you'd like, you could, give it kind of a look over and see if there's anything worth noting, or you could just disregard it. Your call.
I want to check it out.
Okay. As you're kind of siphoning through, let's see. Go ahead and make a. Let me get a perception check. Yeah.
Critical fail.
Okay. So you see what you are pretty sure, is a headband from a company, fashion company named. I think it would probably be Angel the Star Shine Sprite. Because corporation names need to be shoved together.
I'm gonna go for that.
Okay. Alright, and you'd have to spend money to do so. I'd like for you to go ahead and make a. Let's see. This would be. Let's go with gamble. Go ahead and make a gamble check.
Okay.
By the way, while she is doing that, I am going out to the outside of the arcade with a spray paint can and tagging the side of the building.
Okay. Real quick, Striker, what are you doing? And Crystal, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look. I'm actually going to follow them into the arcade and glance around, see if there are any. Any like toys or whatnot.
Okay.
Prizes.
So similar thing. Go ahead and make a perception check. Top left. Yep. Okay. And yeah, mark that as a success. Yeah, you find something that you're pretty sure would be appreciated, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to go ahead and give it a go, or do you want to use different methods to try and get it out of it perfectly without having to spend money?
I'm at least gonna try to give it a go.
Okay.
A fair go.
Go ahead and make a gamble roll.
Gamble. What's that under?
It should be under education.
I rolled a 16 in gamble, by the way.
Ooh.
Okay. You're not doing too well on the gamble portion of it. You're having some problems with the mechanism of the crane. It's not working how it should be. That's for Striker. Odette, you managed to get it out in about 6 goes, so that it cost you 12 Eddie to get it. And once it gets out, you realize that it's just a cheap knockoff. It's not Angel the Star Shines Bright. It's a baby pretty, which is some weird just knockoff, and you're not terribly fond of it once you acquire it.
Dang it, I should have known. Should have known.
But yeah, Striker, you were having a hard time of it. The crane. This is. You said you were gonna give it one fair go before you start breaking in.
Maybe one more fair go. I don't
Okay,
wanna.
that would be 2 fair goes of failure there. So you're spending 4 eddies before you realize it's gonna need to be a bit more. Either you see Odette down the ways doing her crane thing. She gets something and then she gets mad about it, but she got something. You're just not sure if it's what she wanted. You could try and ask her and see if she'd give it a go for you, or you can just basic tech this bad boy and make the crane work the way you want it to.
I'm gonna look around, see if anybody's.
There's no
watching.
employees present. The only people who are close to you are Odette, not too far off, and the gangers outside.
Yeah, then I'm going to do some kind of tech skill.
Basic
Try
tech.
to-
Go ahead and make a basic tech roll.
What is that under?
Technique. bottom right. Should be the second one on that list. You look
Yeah.
over at Odette, kind of look over that way. Then you kind of look at your hand, and you pop out some tools out of your fingers and kind of reach into the machine and kind of just, and you hear a, and then a ding 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 ding. And you get the thing you want. You kind of slot your tools back into your fingers, and yeah, put that into your bag.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it in the bag.
Great success. And then yeah, outside, start spray canning on the wall. There's no tags or anything present there, so no one seems to really notice or care.
Yeah, so I'm tagging Joe Boy's lick Gibson's balls.
Okay.
I get a good laugh out of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Again, no one's really paying you any attention. I mean, you're not too far from where they're at, but
I walk back over to Calvin and just tell him, like, yeah, I was gonna try to hack into all the arcade machines and make them all read that over and over and over until they all shoot themselves, but, you know, this is the next best thing. So,
Yeah, I fucking love it. It's hilarious.
it's not always about the net stuff, you know. Sometimes it's the good old fashioned can of spray paint.
so as you guys are outside and kind of like out and about, you can see that the folks on the red circle side of the street are kind of looking over at the arcade and going, and you can see the Joe Boys going, like, what? And then you see them kind of look over in that direction. They go, what the fuck, man? I knew he was a Gibson. Find that motherfucker. And you're close enough to hear and see this, Calvin. Do you dip out, or are you standing your ground there?
What they say to me?
I said, find that motherfucker.
How close am I to the blue ecstasy?
Not too far.
Then I gotta go.
Okay, you head on over there. Cartman, do you dip with
I'm
Calvin?
getting Cartman in the truck at least.
Well, you would have parked somewhere nearby. You wouldn't have driven up on the arcade and got out. So you're walking around. Your car's in the garage, or the parking garage.
Yeah.
So you walk over to the blue ecstasy. No one's really present. There are a couple of security forces nearby. It doesn't look like anybody's tailing you or trying to keep up. Crystal, sorry, we definitely have ridden over you a couple of times. What are you doing while this is all going on?
It's all good. I was actually gonna see if there's any, like, anybody who look like they kind of, like, are, like, stay around.
Yeah.
Like,
So
kind of like almost homeless or something. See if they might know anything.
you see a guy sitting kind of up against a concrete wall. It's got a cardboard sign kind of out. Looks like it's the inside of an old Bucket Slice box. And it says, fuck it, man. I don't want food. Food will just keep me alive longer. Hook me up with some hypos.
I mean, fair enough, dude.
And he looks up at you. And he's older white dude, kind of like meth mouth, kind of just kind of messed up. You can see that he's got an old Borg hand, and as he's kind of looking up at you, you can see that it kind of just twitches on its own every so often.
Hey,
What's up?
hey, do you stick around here pretty often?
Yeah, every fucking day, man. I sleep right around the corner in the box. You got any eddies?
I can flip you a couple eddies if you want.
I ain't got chips
but-
though, lady. It's gotta be hard paper.
Fair. I got some.
You start pulling that cash.
Not yet.
Okay.
Gotta make sure he's gonna answer my questions. You see anything around here, last couple days?
Yeah, I see lots of shit. You know what I don't see though? Your wallet. Get on it.
Fair. Pull out a couple of these.
Nice.
Yeah, how much do you hand him?
5 eddies.
He takes his twitchy cyber hand, kind of catches it, looks at it, goes,
Fuck. I mean, shit.
I can give you more.
Yeah,
gonna
well,
answer
you're gonna need to. I mean, especially if you're asking questions about people around here. What's it gonna be, man? What do you need to know?
Gotta see if you know about.
I got something good for you.
Yeah.
No.
Choosing.
No, people are saying I sound like Beetlejuice. And so I was doing the Zag nut. Hey,
Oh,
I got something good for you. Anyway.
fine. I'll put them 50 eddies.
Oh shit, girl. All right. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to blow you or something to get some more out of you, but that's enough. All right. What do you need to know?
You seen the mayor's son around here? Any
Who?
scabs?
Who?
Fair enough. You seen any scabs around here?
Yeah, scabs all over the place.
Scabs in the blue ecstasy?
Nah. No. They got a couple of spiders in there though.
You can make a street slang roll if you'd like.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, you're savvy. Spider would basically refer to someone who catches the flies. Someone who is not directly a scab, but will basically sell people out to scabs to get cash.
Know anything about these spiders? Where their
Yeah.
web is?
One of them's pretty prominent. She's in there all the time. Don't remember her name, but I remember what she looks like. Maybe that'll help. Don't exactly. We're not on speaking terms. She's got. Ooh, hold on a second. Let me go to my notes here. Gotta go to my
notes.
Gotta go to my notes real
Hold
quick.
on, notepad.
I gotta check
The
my
gerbils
memory.
gotta.
Gotta
The
check.
gerbils are like.
His whips
There's
are
not
really
enough of us.
fancy ass screen.
Let me pull out my laptop computer. Yeah. So the girl I'm thinking, she's got red hair. Typically wears like bikini tops, blue jeans. She goes in there. Usually comes out with a guy, sometimes a girl, and heads on up north. If I'm right, then not too far from here. Pretty beat down old part of the neighborhood. Probably where they're hiding. I don't know where for sure. I ain't never been, luckily. Although they probably don't want this fucking thing. But yeah, I'd say maybe punch some questions out of her. See what you can't do there. Thanks for the cash, lady. It's really helpful.
He kind of uses the wall to kind of help him get up. Kind of folds up his cardboard sign, kind of puts it under his arm, and starts walking away from you unless you stop him.
Did he tell me where she's at exactly, or just
She's
like north?
he just she shows up at the Blue Ecstasy, brings
Right.
out an individual with them, and then heads north after she has the person.
Right.
And
Okay,
then
cool.
you see him walk like maybe 20 or 30 feet away from you to another guy who's kind of just standing around, wearing kind of like a duster coat, like
Chairman
brown
has
duster
no
coat.
witnesses.
Hands the guy the 50 that you handed, the 55 rather, all
Yeah,
of it.
55.
And you see him kind of like place an air hypo against like a container he's got under his coat, fill it up to a certain amount, and hand it to the guy, and the guy kind of goes, and you see him kind of and head into like a back alley.
Have fun with that.
The liquid in question would look familiar to you.
Yeah.
To you specifically. Looks like the same liquid that was at the scab haunt that you dealt with in the Friday night that you were in. That blue drug.
Okay.
Is he muted to anyone else but me?
I'm not muted. You're muted.
I can hear him.
Did you deafen? Maybe.
I think. Oh, okay. I think that Stephanie is in Zoom audio somehow. Is she? No. Yes. Maybe.
Oh.
Tell Stephanie to say something. Someone tell Stephanie to say something.
Hello.
I mean, probably Mike, since he lives with her.
Okay. Well, if she can hear me, she can hear me.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear any of you.
Oh my
no. Oh no.
Operation Get Stephanie a computer. We doing it.
She has a computer.
I know, but
Wait, can Mike not hear us?
can Mike hear us?
I can't hear Mike.
Yeah, because they have to mute. One of them has
Yeah.
to mute so that they can talk. But like, if he can hear it,
I'm muted right now. I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
But you can
Oh,
hear
okay.
us, Michael?
yeah, he can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you guys fine.
Cool. Alright. But, yeah, that's what you get from the homeless fellow.
Cool.
Cool.
More productive than others.
100%. Thank you for picking up on the subtle notes. But yeah, that is actually arguable in one point, though. I will say Chris's bit was actually pretty story intensive.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we'll probably never get to that, actually. We'll see. Who knows? Secrets?
Ooh.
Does
Does this have to do something with the 21st of October?
I don't know.
Maybe.
What is the 21st of October?
We don't know yet.
I don't know.
He
So-
knows. He's hiding it.
He just said that it was important.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know.
Anyway, that said, if you kind of mill around for a bit, if nobody has anything that they directly want to try or do, this is an open table. If you want to throw down some ideas and do something, you can definitely go for it.
I'm back. I don't know why, but my audio just shot the bed.
It'll happen.
Discord can do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like one of us is gonna have to be bait.
Bait for what?
Bait for this girl. Oh yeah, you weren't here.
So Odette.
There's a girl who comes in.
Well.
I mean, granted, I'm coming
Yeah,
back.
I heard
Well,
about her.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say Odette and Stryker. You probably would see each other. Kind of done with your business in the arcade and be heading out. I assume you'd head out together. Do you want to pass any words back and forth before you head out, see Crystal, and kind of move over in her direction? Because you wouldn't see Carbon and Calvin. They're currently hiding.
I'd kind of suggest, hey, maybe we should go meet up with everyone and see what they're doing.
I agree.
Head over to Crystal. And then she'd tell you what she garnered from the gentleman.
Lady.
The drug man.
The drug man. Probably gave him enough to OD, but whatever he wants to do with his money is what he's gonna do with his money.
Not your circus, not your monkeys.
Exactly. I paid him for this service. He gave me info.
Anyway, do you have a game plan for what we're doing?
Not yet, but it sounds like we might need someone for bait, or just figure out who this lady is.
Okay. You eventually, kind of through text messaging and connections therein, catch up with Calvin and Carbon over at the Blue Ecstasy. They're kind of close by, but in an alleyway, kind of tucked behind there, hanging out.
Yeah, I probably would have told him about why the Joe Boys are out against the Joe Boys, I think, work for the Boltons. The Boltons are out to try and ruin the Gibsons, for generations. It's like
This is some
old school. Yeah.
Older than the city. It's older than the city.
It's like primordial beef. It's to the bone. But the Joe Boys, they're just a bunch of suckers. They just suck up to whatever, I guess.
Yeah, so I just wanted to screw with them was all. I saw my opportunity and just killing some time.
So are we gonna stake out till tonight, or are you trying to now?
Apparently, this lady in a bikini, she probably has the info that we need.
I want to
So we
try
might have
it.
to, like, stake out unless we can find her.
I'm down to try getting into one of those security vehicle access points. I can kind of hide away from it and still be close enough to access it so no one sees me physically.
Okay. So on closer inspection, the PSF vehicles, they appear to be kind of SUV style vehicles, up armored. Looks like they have two side compartments on the back end, which would the techie and the runner would be aware are drone slots. So those pop open and drones can come out and be utilized externally from the vehicle. You would also note that there appears to be one individual in the vehicle and two individuals outside of the vehicle. The one individual inside of the vehicle appears to be a netrunner, slotted and connected to his neta for the vehicle. The presumption is that the drones are currently active and out and about for patrolling, and the two individuals that are near the vehicle are wielding what appear to be very, very nice weaponry. Let's see, bear with me here. They're pretty high-powered assault rifles. From the looks of it, they are probably some of the first non-Militech assault rifles you've actually seen. They are Chadron Arms Jungle Reapers. The best way I can describe the Jungle Reaper is, are you familiar with the movie Aliens?
Yes.
Pulse
Yes.
rifle.
Oh.
The M41 pulse rifle. Very similar.
We want.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Okay. Oh, I just thought of this. Can Carbon, are there like what are they called, CCTVs
Yeah,
around?
so
Could
what?
he
Yeah.
hack into those and find out like what this girl looks like?
Well, it'd be the drones.
Oh.
If there is a net architecture inside of Blue Ecstasy, he'll need to be inside because he can't virtuality through walls.
Oh.
But he's looking at the vehicle right now that is for the private security force that's positioned right outside of Blue Ecstasy. If they have any backlog scrolls of their drone movement outside of the place, he might be able to find it. There'd definitely be some scouring. But he would have to break into their net architecture and get through it while a runner is connected to it without drawing attention to himself. And if he draws attention to himself, then those dudes with Jungle Reapers will probably find him and obliterate him.
Yeah, I can do it, Crystal. It's gonna be a little risky here with that runner. I do have a Hellhound that I can drop into their architecture to take care of him, but
How much do you believe in yourself?
I mean, I'm pretty good. But if things go sideways, you gotta be ready to take on those guys.
Crystal, as a combat expert, you would also note that there is not only the one vehicle that you're seeing here, just down the block way is another exactly identical vehicle. Remember where the red circles and the Joe Boys were?
Yeah.
They're on two street corners of like a T intersection. The other two street corners are the private security force. They're all over the place.
So I'll tell you, Crystal, I have no I have 100% confidence that I can take care of this runner and get what we need to get, but the thing is, he finds out I'm inside of their system. He's just gonna tell everyone that there's someone going into their system. They're gonna start patrolling. If you're ready to fight these guys, that's gonna happen. I can take care of him and get what we need to get, but it's going to happen.
Fair enough. Well, I can't snap anyone in two, but I can blow off heads still. I was not told no on that.
Are you guys thinking it's worth going after?
What does everyone else say?
That or do the old-fashioned wait it out and just
True.
see her in person.
This is also an option.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I'd rather avoid a fight if it's possible.
We are supposed to lay low.
No fun.
Do you think she has someone with her every night? Or is it like every once in a while?
Like, bring someone with her?
Yeah, do you think she's coming out with somebody every night? Or is it like only primo targets?
I mean, it sounds like she's out here every night. Just like bringing in whoever. But, I mean, probably if she has eyes on a primo, then she's gonna take a primo.
Parts is parts.
Yeah. Scavs don't care who it is, they just care about the parts. It's not about who you are, it's about what's inside.
Damn! Damn, that hit me deep.
You'd make a great scav.
And I think we should just, like, lay low and tailor.
Sounds good. Okay, if you want to do a fast forward,
Boring.
we certainly can. As you're sitting and waiting, you kind of find a better place to kind of migrate to, where you're not hiding in an alleyway and looking conspicuous as fuck. You move to an old, blown-out restaurant. Looks like it was once a kind of standing operation. Some of the seats outside are still present, but it looks like someone detonated block of C6, probably the size of your head, well inside of that place. Or someone shot rocket launchers into it. Something happened and it exploded. That said, decent seating. Couple of people in the back just kind of sleeping and taking it up as shelter, but not really too much no noteworthy kind of activity nearby. As time passes, nobody really messes with you. Nobody comes up to you and talks to you at all. But you do note that a lot of people start kind of migrating around the blue ecstasy, and you can see that they start putting out ropes, divider ropes, to create a queue line, and some people start kind of forming up in the line. You can see that the two bouncers that kind of come out of the door and kind of stand at the front door, they look like they're big, bulky fellows, and they appear to be kind of wearing suits, but you can see, especially those of you who rolled an 18 on your local expert, that they appear to be wearing the colors of the Joe Boys.
I want it to be known that I was passing the time by running in local small architectures just for fun, and leaving little chibi versions of myself with my tongue sticking out.
Okay.
On all of their screens and stuff.
If all you're doing is a trolley lulz, you could put that in the PSFs, but those are the main net architectures that are present. There's really not anything besides them in this area. You can see them kind of going, what the fuck? And you hear one of them goes, it's probably a loose Bartmos again. But you see that... Go ahead.
If it's the Joe Boys, I definitely can't go inside. They're looking out for my star now.
Can't you just take the star off for a minute?
I'm not taking the star off.
I can go in. I don't care.
Can we cover it up?
Can you put something over the star?
There's nothing going over this star.
Fine. You want to just be ready to drive?
I can do that.
Hey.
Right on. Okay. Do you want to jump into line, or are you going to not do that?
I'm okay getting in line if other people are okay with it.
Yeah, we're jumping in line. We gotta find this lady.
Okay. Some of you look like you're ready for clubbing. Some of you not so much. It is a
Crystal's always ready for clubbing.
so blue ecstasy. From what Carbon would know of it and be able to kind of outline is it is a strip club. It is a bordello. It is a dance club. It is what some people might refer to as a wet haunt. So lots of drugs and lots of fucking. But it does look like a pretty upclass and upmarket place from the front, at least, especially compared to the rest of the environs here in South Night City. As you form up in line, I would like for Crystal and Odette, and only Crystal or Odette, to go ahead and make perception checks.
One or the other, or both?
Both.
Okay.
You're the only two who get to make this check, though.
Perception 18.
Odette, you're kind of, chilling back and looking around. And you kind of focus in on something that you kind of recognize. Crystal, you're looking around and you see someone who looks strangely familiar, but you can't place them. And Odette, as you're looking at them, you remember who they are. A woman in kind of black leathers with kind of a short bob cut. She's got kind of like a jacket on over her leather dress. You can see that she has two machine pistols on her hips that appear to be upmarket Arasaka, like smart guns. And she kind of looks like she's just standing there with a I could kill everyone in this line kind of attitude face. She's kind of looking over her shoulder every so often. And as you kind of look over at her and I saw the moment that you did it, you kind of did one of those. You see her kind of go and look directly at you and kind of lock on you.
I'm just gonna play it off like I was like checking her out and just kind of like give her a wink, like.
Yeah.
Good call. Go ahead.
Like the lady who might destroy her.
Go ahead and make a.
Nice fit.
I'm gonna go with.
Odette says, "Yes, please. Step on me. Step on the mummy."
But don't kill me because she could totally kill me.
Go with a persuasion roll.
Not a flirtation roll.
Persuasion is under.
On me is a
Flirtation is.
Stephanie too.
Yeah, flirtation's not an option. Okay.
That's the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Throwing away.
17. Woohoo!
And a critical
Critical
success.
success.
She kind of looks at you, and when you kind of do like that, she kind of goes. She kind of looks you down, up and down like that, and goes. Kind of turns her attention in towards the line. Yeah.
Scorn.
Did you all form up with the two ladies? I think they're the only two that I heard kind of going for it. But are you all in line, right? Okay, great. Cool. I'm going to take that as a yes. Okay. The bouncers start letting people in. As they do so, you can see that they are filtering out a lot of the gentleman clientele in the lines and seem to be letting more of the women folk in. Not to say that they're not letting any men in at all, but you can tell that the bouncers have a single individual behind them who appears to be kind of a John Waters looking kind of guy, but very tall, like I'd say like 6'7", and very kind of like slender man-y, kind of behind them and going like that, and then going like that for individuals as they kind of walk up to the bouncers. And the bouncers seem to kind of look back at him. He gestures, and if he kind of goes like that, they let him in, and if he kind of goes like that, they get sent off. Who would be first in line amongst your group?
Sorry, I just wanted to be like I'm just in the truck.
Oh, you're not going in?
Yeah, because I'm not taking the star off.
Okay. are you in a position where you'd be able to see someone exit the Blue Ecstasy and be able to give chase if necessary?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good setup.
Because I'd assume like as soon as everyone gets out, it's a tail.
Odette, Carbon, Crystal, and Striker then would be in line. Okay. Who would be the first person in your group that's in line?
I'm assuming either, I don't know, I feel like Crystal or me maybe. I don't know if they're looking for like style or toughness or I don't know.
Whoever's just first in line, I just need to know.
Whoa. You saying Crystal doesn't have style?
You do. That's what I'm saying. You're probably one of the first ones.
Odette has the toughness. We good.
Okay.
Am I the one with the toughness?
So
why not? You got a needle bag.
Before the first one of you gets into a position where you're going to be judged, you would note that who you would recognize and who you would presume is Black Megan gets the invite. She goes in. So one of the most notorious assassins that you are aware of existing is currently inside of the place for Odette. That said, do you mention that to anybody while online or no?
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna send just like a text to everyone and say, FYI, there's a chick named Black Megan and she's bad news going in.
So that would go to everyone besides Striker because details haven't been passed amongst others. Crystal, do you forward that over to Striker?
We never did that.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I sent his deets to Carbon.
I got the details.
Did?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that now. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then would Carbon or Crystal forward that over to Striker and add him to the group chat?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I didn't think about it. I'm sorry.
No worries. But that said, that information is outlined, and the first one among you, we'll say it was Odette. Then you step up, you see the John Watersy guy kind of go. As you kind of smile, he goes and lets you in.
I'd be right behind Odette.
Carbon, as you step up, he goes. And Carbon steps inside. Crystal next?
Yeah.
The bouncer says, can you lose the frame?
It's
a little too bulky for what we have in mind.
I guess it's fair.
Don't want you ripping anyone in half or anything.
Rip anyone in half?
How apt.
That never happens.
It's purely aesthetic.
It's just for the aesthetic.
If you're relying on the frame, he gives the gesture to no.
Yeah.
You step off.
Yeah. Damn it.
Striker, you step up.
Can you send the frame to the truck?
No.
I can keep it cozy for you.
You see him kind of go, And there's like this lockdown. You've got that stare right now, like that you've got going on, and he's giving you the same kind of look. And he breaks first. After about 30 seconds staring at you, he goes, and they let you in. The cool stare.
Crystal's just going back to the truck and like getting in, just
slide the assault rifle onto your lap. Slide the cowboy onto your lap. If this goes down, I'm gonna kill that fucking John Waters looking motherfucker first.
Snap him in half.
Yeah, fuck the Joe boys. Bunch of suckers.
Both of you get like as you enter in, Odette being the first one that enters in, it's kind of a dark hall first, and you can see that there's bathrooms on the left and right. It looks like there's a small little bit of a line forming for them, but it's early on, so not too many. And you can pretty much make out the sounds of loud thumping and kind of passionate screaming coming from at least one of them. You make your way into the dance area, and you can see that there are 5 stages kind of set up in kind of a pentagram in the center of the room, each one with a pole that ascends all the way up to the ceiling 20 feet above you. The ceiling above you kind of has a darkness to it, but every so often that darkness is kind of there's like a pin light kind of shines down and creates this strange kind of luminescence throughout the place where everything seems to be cast in shadows unless you're directly under one of the lights. In some places, people are dancing. In some places, people are engaging in other activities. There's definitely a lot of drug use going on in the booths, and you're kind of looking around at some of the people who have entered in, and you can see that it looks like Black Bob of a haircut is kind of moving across the dance floor, heading towards the VIP booth, far off in the corner there, near the stage. The stage is currently empty. The main stage is currently empty. The 5 stages are currently occupied. There are 5 dancers. It looks like I would say yeah, gender's not terribly important and hard to discern and in the light.
All right, I'm gonna actually go to a stage that's near the main stage, but not the main stage, and kind of just kind of join the festivities.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like the people you kind of group up with near there. Roll D100.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not a thing I normally do for Cyberpunk,
Oh.
usually D10, but roll me a D100.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It's rolling.
Ruh-roh.
Okay.
67.
Yep, you head on over there, and it's just like a normal
Cool way.
grouping of people. Yeah, you seem like a cool crew. One of them kind of looks over to you and says, "Black lace," and kind of tries to hand you a hypo spray, like a basically asthma spray kind of thing.
No, I had some before I got here. I'm gonna
Cool.
let that work.
Well, if you need anything, I've got it, young lady. Some
Thanks.
aging kind of hipster guy who's wearing like a fishnet shirt. He's got like every piercing possible, tattoos all over his body that don't really seem to have any meaning, but maybe they do to him. Who knows? Or maybe he's just a dork. That said, Carbon, you're not too far behind her entering in. There was only kind of a couple seconds break, so you can kind of see where she's going. Anything in particular you're looking out for in this venue of scumability? Muted. Still muted.
I can hear him.
I heard him.
Yeah.
Go again.
Okay, as I'm walking in, I want to do scanner.
Okay. Ping, ping, ping. There are 3 total net architectures present. It looks like there is one in the VIP booth, and it seems to be primarily allocated around a camera system that is up in the VIP booth section there. There seems to be a net architecture present directly inside of the bar area. And there also appears to be a net architecture that's directly above all 5 stages, kind of like in the center of the 5 poles that ascend upwards.
Okay, so I'm going to position myself kind of as far away from Odette as I can
Okay.
on one of the stages, but like close enough to where I can still access the one in the center.
Okay. So it's about 20 feet up, which would be less than 8 meters. So you should be in range for that.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. If you want to go ahead and hold on that interface check, I'm trying to close it out because we are running past 9 o'clock. But
Yeah.
that said, that's a good start point for next session. Striker, you're not too far behind Carbon. Where in the scene that I've outlined for you do you want to head?
Say there was like a bar over to the side or
Yep.
so. I'm gonna walk over there and just lean up against it and try to scan the crowd.
Okay. As you do so, you see barkeep kind of come over, bartender, come over and says, "So, salt and pepper, delicious. What can I get you?"
Vodka water.
All right. Boom. Pours the shot of vodka, slaps in the tonic water, and slides that over to you.
And I'm not even gonna drink. I just hold it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check since you're doing kind of like a scan of the area.
Perception.
All right. Not too many things of note. Nothing really kind of popping out for you. And yeah, um, Odette, kind of place where you are. You kind of looked over off in the VIP section, and every so often are kind of looking over there just because that's probably not going to be a good situation. You see inside of the booth, it looks like there's a grouping of suit types, Corpo types. One of them appears to have a woman's head in his lap. Another one appears to be kind of like reaching up into the shirt of another woman. And Megan kind of approaches in, and they all kind of are dropping the having fun times, hitting the head out of the girl in his lap out of it. And she kind of looks at them. You think words are exchanged, but can't tell for sure. Then you hear a pfft. It's not very loud. It doesn't really get over the din of the music. And you watch as they all kind of just become red mist. Everyone in the VIP booth. She turns around, moves towards the door of the VIP booth, presses the button on the side, it slides shut, and you watch the tint in the glass for the VIP area go dark. And that is where we'll cut for this session. We'll pick up next session with what happens next. Thanks for watching, those of you that did, and see you next Tuesday.